just played this part and fucked it up, and I'll explain why. So what we was doing was in the casebook, let's remote moment. We were doing this one, static in the ears. Guy hearing radio static, and he saw a man surrounded by radios talking to them. And that is up here. And I will explain what went wrong. As we go. Essentially, something unexpected happened, and I did the wrong thing and fucked it up. So, we shall see what happens. Wow. Oh, that didn't work because you stayed on the stairs. And I'm out. Okay. Right, there's a couple of loot areas. I also unlocked a skill point, which I'm going to put into carry more grenades and firebombs. And I will craft the various things shortly. Oh, DC, question mark, 19, question mark. My name is, well, I'm uncertain. It's lost in the static, I do not know anything, I've lost it all. My mind is little but static, interspersed with bits from the radio. Serial, it was my life. No, not my life, my existence. I had names, Margaret, Jonathan, Albert. I had dates, places, June 7th, 1912, the church on the hill. It's these bits that I live for. It's the static I will end my life for. Every day, for as long as I remember, the static has gotten louder. I've sunk deeper as the voices grow. Quieter. They are being replaced. I am losing what little I have left. The new voice, unintelligible, yet one I understand more clearly than any radio program in my head. I fear what I will become when I can no longer hold on. I am choosing to go before the static or the voice within it becomes me. Goodbye, Oakmont. I have sunk even further than you. Okay. Now, I will explain in a second what happened if the same thing happens again. So as I was exploring, I heard a noise. Assumed it to be a monster walking about. And what it actually turned out to be, if the same occurrence will happen, will be when we go up these next set of stairs. Ah, okay. Nothing. So, when I came up here the first time, as I started to walk up the stairs to this level, there was a man with a hat walking up the stairs. I assumed he was going to turn around and have a gun, so I fired at him just as he turned at the top of the stairs and missed. He then shouted, "Help me!" and ran away. And just disappeared. Now, I assumed that the noise I'd heard was him, and that it was somehow linked to the subquest, the letters quest. However, that doesn't seem to be the case. And I think what had actually happened was I'd completed the quest, and somehow an NPC had just appeared in the house that was a normal one that roams around on the street. Because he ran away and he didn't have a weapon. If I happen to see the same NPC at some point, I'll point him out. But he was just like a well-dressed man. So anyway, that was completely pointless me reloading and redoing that, but that's what I did when I first started this recording. So field research, we have got Willow Lane, Herald Street and Bullock Street, and no, we've done that one, so that's 3 for Reed Heights, which I've done 2 of. Bullock and Willow. Is it this? Willow Lane between Herald Street and Bullock Street. Herald. Willow Lane. Oh yeah, it's this one that's blocked off. Also, confusingly, that fast travel point there is actually in Advent, not in Reed Heights. So there might be another fast travel point in the northern part of Reed Heights. We shall see. So this was a restaurant, I think he said. Probably this one with the clock. Does indeed. Battle rifle would be better for these. Oh, anything would be better for these. Oh, aim the gun. Fuck's sake. The reloading takes far too long with this rifle. Right, I'm glad that worked because I totally did not look at my health. Inventory. One of them. One of them. Okay. Let's just get everything reloaded. It will be nice when I get like the machine gun or whatever the last weapon is. Say that. Okay, so this is not a letters one, this is one of the quest ones. Formal invitation letter. Dear Mr. Frogware, it is my pleasure to invite you to a tasting of exclusive and exquisite dishes which will be taking place at the Count Ungolino restaurant in 2 weeks' time. It's a closed event and only the most honourable experience sense of your generous A Mines chef. Formal invitation letter.
The door won't budge.
Look upstairs first. No, no slave podium in this one. Mysterious disappearance. Police have started looking into the disappearance of several young women in Advent. Witness said they saw the missing victims within the Cow and Gulino restaurant, but the police investigators found nothing illegal. Chef Amar Myers rejects all accusations in impropriety. Oh, good. He's eating everybody. And there's the blood to prove it.
The blood is still fresh.
Oh, that's what you get down there then. On a level of 1 to 10, how Lovecraftian or unlovecraftian? It's probably about a 7. It's basically is ripping off parts of, not ripping off, but using parts of Shadows over Innsmouth, mixed in with little, I don't know. There's little snippets of other things like the Arthur Gemin story about interbreeding with the apes and stuff. It's definitely better than Call of Cthulhu. The 2019 Call of Cthulhu. There's a fucking stairs to get downstairs. Am I just being thick here? Oh, yeah, apparently it was being thick, so I can just jump over.
These aren't your typical kitchen utensils.
In my opinion, though, still the best Lovecraftian game
I don't think the health inspector will be pleased.
is Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth. I think that nails the Shadows over Innsmouth plot pretty well. Ah. They changed. What is that noise? I don't know if they've changed something. I'll have to have a look into it. Oh. I would have preferred to talk to you, but, you know. Get your handy shotgun ready whilst hacking this woman's face off. You didn't even have the common decency to leave me any ammo. So he was hacking her face off. Recipe for human meat. Preheat oven to 350 degrees. That's Fahrenheit. Centigrade would just be silly. Put the flesh from the young woman's hip into 4-ounce pieces. Then pound each one the thickness of 1/3 inch. Season with black pepper. On each steak, lay 1 slice of cheese, a few leaves of sage, 2 slices of prosciutto. Roll into pinwheels. Heat the oil in a skillet over medium high heat. Quickly brown the pinwheels on the side. I hope my new patrons enjoy the dish. Sounds quite nice, actually. What? Anthropophagia. Moisture in my dish cannot be matched. The taste of human flesh always crave for more. Difficult to find enough meat for my patrons. They spend all the time hiding in the basement. Please be fed again. Today went downstairs, so how many patrons have changed? Love my cooking so much that their bodies have adapted to consume more. Can't let them down. I was post new ads in the Upmont Chronicle. Funds are in low. Guess I'll find a new prosperous patron to support my business. Yeah, sounds like it. Oh. Yeah, so there is a sanity mechanic. Basically, most of the time, it just makes you hear noises and look around. But if that little blue bar next to my gun there gets below half, you start oh, what have I got here? Where is it? You start hallucinating, and the hallucinations can actually hurt you. Is it not? Okay, that's weird. Why is it not letting me look at it? This is like the investigation mechanic thing. There.
My esteemed patrons, presenting my latest delicacy. Don't be greedy. Don't hurry to eat, please. You'll always be my most well-regarded clients.
No, there are hallucinations which will attack you. The hallucinations range from like little rat things which are harmless to hallucinatory versions of monsters in the game. They like appear as weird black outlines versions. So essentially, if you take too long killing stuff, and your sanity drops, it'll essentially spawn in more monsters. Because the hallucination ones will join in. And I need to keep an eye on my health. But ammo is probably one of the biggest things. It's pretty scarce. You never have an abundance of ammo. You can make it. Right, let's have a look. Make some more shotgun. There does seem to be a bit of a weird bug, and I don't know if it's hardware related, i.e. it happens on NVIDIA cards or whatever, but when you fire the shotgun, the game pauses for like a fraction of a second. It's quite annoying. Okay. Casebook. Key to the cannibal basement shop. Yeah. The recipe. Cannibal cook fed wild beasts on human flesh. Let them as his patrons. Okay. Dr. Grant from the hospital wanted the information. So we could always go and see him, I suppose. Yeah, that's pre-rendering, I suppose. But if it's like loading in, this is literally every time you pull the trigger, the damn thing freezes. It's so annoying, especially because the monsters can jump around. No, what do I want? The hospital. Let's go hand this in. So there is a main plot. I'm just doing the side quests at the moment. Oh yeah, you also get fucking teleporting NPCs. Hospital's this way. I mean, it is Frogware's, famous for their teleporting Watson. In fact, they have a poster in on some of the like billboards, and it's if you've ever played the Sherlock Holmes Cthulhu game by Frogwares, they didn't add in any walking animations for Watson, so you would look at him, turn around, look back, and he'd teleport closer. And they've actually taken the piss out of themselves with a billboard poster that's Sherlock Holmes and the case of the teleporting Watson or something. Oh, the case of the creepy Watson, that's it. Right, I'm inspected the
I
lock shop.
visited that old shop you mentioned and found a few things you may be interested in. Even took a sample for studying.
What did you discover? I was sure a huge creature could not have wandered inside unnoticed.
The cult of the Fecund Mother was dumping corpses of their victims in the shop's basement.
Professor Westerbrook's research does suggest the Acheronians are attracted to dead bodies.
No, this one formed from the corpses themselves. There was a putrid slime on everything. Maybe that's the cause of this unnatural rebirth.
You said you took a sample of it. Well, I can conduct some experiments on rats. If your theory holds true, what a marvelous discovery.
I paid a visit to that awful restaurant. I'd call it a den of evil, but that would be an understatement.
Good grief. What happened?
The cook was mad, a cannibal, and fed those jumping monstrosities on human flesh. He called them patrons.
That restaurant was a destination for Oakmont's elite, many of whom disappeared shortly after the flood. I think we now know why.
Are you suggesting that it was cannibalism that caused such a horrific transformation?
Probably.
These days, alas, cannibalism is not so rare. Could it be that all the Cositians, as Westerbrook calls them, were once men?
Probably.
We've discovered a lot of disturbing information about the wild beasts. What are
Where
you
the
gonna do
wild
with it?
beasts
Well, I've
are.
already contacted the university. We'll cooperate to further study these phenomena.
The facts must be reported to the authorities. They need to know what they're dealing with.
You're perfectly right. When we have documented our results and conducted a standard peer review process, the proper measures will be taken.
Documented results. Peer review. How many innocents will die in the meantime?
Our recommendations must be clear and based on valid reasoning, or it's worthless. Good science takes time, my friend.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so that was one of the side cases. Oh, costume unlocked. Plague Doctor? Really? I haven't actually been and looked at some of the costumes I've unlocked yet. The stupid fisherman one. No, the fishmen are here. People from Innsmouth. It's set after Shadows over Innsmouth, so the FBI raid and all that, and they've fled to what the hell's this? Oakmont. So they're like asylum seekers or whatever, and the Oakmont people don't like them. Strangely enough, but yeah, they are visibly going through the change into becoming deep ones. But Oakmont's got its own problems. The wild beasts, or the Cositians or whatever, just seem to be an Oakmont thing, manifestations. Right, I will leave this episode here, and we'll go check out the costumes, I think, in the next one. Right, so see you on the next one.